as you can see from the title of this video, we are about to sit down and review Space Jam: A New Legacy. And before we get into it, let me just tell you, this movie is trash. Just had to go and sort my hair out there. God, that was kind of weird. Yeah, so I am Kevin Halden. I am the voice and the face of Nerdly Out Loud, the official channel of nerdly.co.uk, your favourite British home for all of your news, reviews and exclusive interviews. We like to cover everything from the big budget to the low budget to the no budget, with a special keen interest on the lower end of the scale. That is where my heart lies. And it's what we like to cover on the website. So if your movie is in the cinema making a bajillion bucks, we are going to cover that movie. If it's being shown to your friend in his basement, we are also going to cover that movie too. Although then that would mean I would be your friend and I'd be in your basement. So that doesn't really work. So it would seem that that movie that you thought died over and over again and was living in production hell actually got made. And yes, they did replace the greatest basketball player of all time with LeBron James, who I am told is also considered to be great. I guess he might be, I don't know. This movie did not convince me. We are going to be talking about Space Jam: A New Legacy. I don't want to give you spoilers up front, but I will probably be going in depth a little bit on this. I mean, there was a plot to this movie. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? But before we get into the review, please do all of those amazing things that fantastic, wonderful subscribers do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ding that bell. The bell is a notification bell that will let you know every time I drop one of my gnarly new reviews or awesome interviews. Many, many more incoming. Let's just cut through all that red tape, get into this review, because it's probably going to be a quick one.
Welcome, King James.
I'm a cartoon? Ah! I'm shorter than Kevin Hart! No.
Meh. What's up, Doc?
Bugs! Bring it here, man.
What brings you to Tonewar, Doc?
The computer dude kidnapped my son. No! What in the Matrix hell? Hey! What'd you do to my son?
The only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball.
You want to play me in basketball? I need to assemble an elite team.
You need a dream team. I'll take it from here. Sam, shoot the ball.
So we are going to follow the routine, the path to glory that I have been on. We are going to talk about the plot or lack thereof. We are going to talk about the cast and the characters and the actors or lack thereof. And then we are going to go on to what I liked and what I didn't like, which will mostly be based in what I didn't like, because what I did like, there is a lack thereof. And then I will end with an actual overall thought of this movie, my final thought, my Jerry Springer moment. And let me just tell you, it ain't going to be good. It ain't going to be good. So Space Jam 2: A New Legacy, the reboot that you didn't know you needed, you probably didn't want, but you now have it. It's trash. This time we are going to spend a good 2 hours with LeBron James. Who remembers that meme? Was it a meme or was it just like a GIF or something? Vine. Remember LeBron James? I say it all the time. I love it. We are going to spend the movie with LeBron James, a somewhat equal to, not quite as good as Michael Jordan. But let's not talk about Michael Jordan because there's like some sort of crazy lawsuit going on. Like nobody seems to be allowed to talk about Michael Jordan not being in this movie. But we do get a Michael Jordan. Oh boy, do they rinse that joke. LeBron James is an all-star basketball player, and he is brought to the Warner Brothers studio to talk about the new Warner Brothers 3000, because apparently Warner Brothers gets all of their good ideas from an algorithm called algorithm. Yeah, that's a thing that happens. That's a thing in this movie. So he goes there to find out about this thing. He doesn't like it. The algorithm is played by Don Cheadle inside the WB verse. He's kind of this computer. Well, he's an algorithm. He's inside the computer. Like, he's inside the computer, and he's kind of like, he's all like, nah, I'm not having this, LeBron. My idea is awesome. You should think it's awesome. You're meant to be the face of my idea. So then he decides to suck in LeBron and his kid to the computer and tells them we're going to have a basketball game. But of course, LeBron needs a team. So what does Don Cheadle, algorithm, what does he do? He sends LeBron to the only place that he can find a good team, into Bugs Bunny. So, yeah, this is pretty much the story. If you've seen Space Jam 1, you kind of know where this one's going to go. It is practically the same kind of thing, but they've just tried to update it, renew it, and hit you over the head with 1,000,001 Warner Brothers intellectual properties. Like, they may as well have called this, like, Space Jam, the intellectual property universe, or something like that. I don't know. Did we need this film? Like, was anybody actually asking for a Space Jam reboot sequel? I mean, it is a sequel because they referenced the first movie. Like, there's a point in the movie where LeBron tells Bugs Bunny what he needs him to do, and Bugs Bunny's like, so you, LeBron James, world-class amazing basketballer, needs me to help him play basketball against the bad guys. Where have I heard this before? That sounds familiar. Oh my God, Warner Brothers, you have me absolutely whittling my pants right now with your in-jokes. I love a meta joke and I love meta stuff. This just wasn't even that meta. It was just Warner Brothers saying, hey, look at all these cool characters we have. Look at all these universes we have. Look at King Kong. Look at the Iron Giant. Look at Harry Potter. Look at all this stuff. And then they throw in the Clockwork Orange guys for a minute, which was weird. So yeah, it all basically leads up to the final basketball match, which is based on a game that LeBron's son is making, which kind of just looks like NBA Jam. Do you remember NBA Jam back in the day when you got like style points and it was like, he's heating up? There was all these different things. You got like massive master slam dunks and whatnot. I loved the NBA Jam back in the day. And it kind of feels like the game that LeBron's kid is making in this movie is just that. Am I wrong? Like, if I'm wrong, please do tell me in the comments that I'm wrong. But if I'm right, also, please do tell me in the comments. We love the discussion. So I might as well just move into the cast. It's tricky to know where to start with this. What I will say is LeBron James is no actor. I remember in that first Space Jam movie, like, Michael Jordan was no actor. He was like a plank of wood. But what you did believe was that Michael Jordan was I nearly said Michael Jackson there. That would have been weird. Michael Jordan was trying to find his new niche, because that is the thing about Space Jam 1. It's Michael Jordan trying to find his new way when he still has another run in him. He still has another championship run, and he could still go on to be great and amazing, which is what the Looney Tunes help him realize. That is the point. LeBron James, I don't even know where this guy is in his career. People will be shouting at their screens right now because I'm not giving enough respect to LeBron James. But that was the thing about Space Jam 1. And in that, you had Michael Jordan was playing golf, not very well. He was playing baseball, not very well. He was being an actor, not very well. But when he picks up the b-ball and starts playing the b-ball and shooting the hoops and the goals and stuff into the nets, well, that's where he comes to life. That's where he's amazing. And yeah, quick side note, no R. Kelly in this movie, in case I forget about that in a little bit. No R. Kelly theme song, nothing like that. Just nothing. Sonequa Martin Green is a tremendous actress. I have fallen in love with her ever since she left The Walking Dead. Sasha was a terrible character, but then she went into Discovery, and she is wonderful. What an actress this woman is. Slumming it in this film. Absolutely slumming it. I will give her her dues. She kind of took the character she had that had very little to do, if anything. She just had to be a mother, and she made something of it. So thank you, Sonequa Martin Green, because you were actually something of a revelation in this film. Like, you were the shining light. And given that you have maybe 5 to 10 minutes screen time, Stephen Yeun, Walking Dead, another Walking Dead character, plays a very small cameo, very good, slumming it. Sarah Silverman. I really like Sarah Silverman as an actress. I really like her as a comedian, and I rate her as a woman. Wow, that was condescending. Slumming it. Then you have Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle came to this movie and said, "You wanted me to play what? Okay, I will play this character. However, you cannot say anything about my performance, because if I want to dial it up to 1 million, I am going to dial it up to 1 million. He is hamming it in this movie. He knows what the movie is. He knows what the movie's never going to be, which is an instant classic. He knows people are just going to watch this and forget about it the next day. So he just puts in a hammy, phoned-in performance for me. Warner Brothers, you done messed up on this one. I'm sorry, but you messed up on this one. There's not really a lot of good stuff I can say about this. So why don't we just skip past the rest of the cast? Because there ain't really anyone else to talk about. And we'll talk about what I didn't like. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to start with what I did like, because I feel like I've been slightly negative towards this movie. I love the joke that they lined up from start to finish. You are waiting for Michael Jordan. You're waiting for the cameo of Michael Jordan. Because if you're going to make a Space Jam reboot, you have got to have him in there somewhere. However, I'm also well aware of the backstage nonsense that's going on. Like, people were actually being told they weren't allowed to reference Michael Jordan in the lead up to this movie, in the promotion for this movie. So there's clearly something going on. I assume that's like it wanted the big bucks to come back or whatever. But they do a joke. I'm pretty sure it's Daffy, comes in and he says, "I found Michael Jordan. He was out in the crowd. I've got him in. We are going to be brilliant. It's going to be okay. We're going to win this." And then he slowly starts coming in. Camera turns around. Spoiler alert, it's Michael B. Jordan. That's the best joke in the movie. It actually made me laugh. And I'll be honest with you, like, I didn't see it coming. Like, I'm a big fan of Michael B. Jordan. Like, I think he's a cracking actor. I understand he has the same name as Michael Jordan, minus one letter. Didn't see this joke coming. It absolutely floored me. I giggled like a child. You hit me with a meta joke, and it worked. It's possibly the only real thing that worked for me in this movie. Now, let's talk about what's bad about it. The script. LeBron James. The script. There's not really any basketball. Like, there's not really a great deal of basketball going on. And to be perfectly honest, I did read one review in which somebody mentioned that they kind of forgot that there was a basketball game going on because the Warner Brothers decided to pull in every single intellectual property character into the crowd. You got Penguin in there, you got Batman and Robin in there, you got King Kong in there. Oh my God, that bloody line. Don Cheadle stands there and goes, "King Kong ain't got nothing on me." And then King Kong comes out there going, "Oh?" Like, come on, you can do better than this. I know this is a PG, but slip some adult jokes in there for me, please. Space Jam was a bloody classic. This, classically crap. There's nothing else I can say about this movie. I'll tell you what, I'm going to run to the end because this is starting to drag on. I'm going to run through to the end. There isn't really a great deal of stuff I like about this movie. I kind of just didn't like a lot of it. The only real thing that is slightly positive is that it didn't exactly offend me. Like, I wasn't offended by this movie. It had enough production value and enough effort to make me think, well, at least somebody made a movie. And they did. And when I looked up the director of this movie is the director of Undercover Brother. By the way, better movie. Way, way better movie. If you want to watch a good movie by this director, go and watch Undercover Brother because that movie is class. But yeah, I'm just going to start wrapping this up. I personally would only really give this movie a 1.5. I might stretch to a 2 on a second watch, but it ain't going any higher than that. It's a 1.5 and it's not a very strong one. Space Jam, A New Legacy. Warner Brothers, you can keep it. It literally is just an advert for HBO Max or for Warner Brothers Studio. It's an advert. It is literally an advert for all of the intellectual properties that they own. We see some Matrix stuff in there. We see some Superman stuff in there. Harry Potter, Game of Thrones. We kind of just touch on all of the mainstay tentpoles that Warner Brothers owns. And you know what? I nearly shouted at the TV because they have this little room where Sarah Silverman's sitting, and it's where all the glorious stuff is. And on the back wall, you've got an Aquaman poster. And as the camera comes around, you see a little bit of a Joker poster. Warner Brothers, you can go to hell, because when that movie was coming out and when the promotion was being done, Warner Brothers said that they weren't sure this movie was going to land. Joker landed. This movie, Space Jam 2, did not land. Yeah, if LeBron James doesn't ever act again, I think we'll be okay. So that's that. I'm going to go. Please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ding that bell. I hate to be negative in my reviews, but this movie, there's not really anything decent that I can say about it. So that is what you're getting today. You're getting a negative Nelly. I am a negative Nelly, and I will hopefully come back with another review that is slightly more positive, if not way more positive. Please do all those wonderful things. Let everybody know about us. Hit me in the comments if you thought Space Jam was good. If you agree with me and you think that Space Jam is awful, please do it again. Hit me in the comments. I love to have discussions. We're getting quite a few people dropping comments in. We are going up in the subscribers. I think we're at like 718 now, which is fantastic. When I started doing these videos for Nerdly, I didn't think we would start picking up viewers. I really kind of just hoped we would keep it down low so that I didn't make an idiot of myself and not that many people saw it. But yeah, it's going gangbusters. And again, guys, please do all those wonderful things. It all helps get us seen on the algorithm, and it makes sure that people get to see my, I guess, grumpy nonsense in this one. But if you ask me, Space Jam 2, A New Legacy is to be avoided. It's to be avoided, 1.5, and that's a Nerdly rating. I don't speak for everyone else, but that's a Nerdly rating.